full-time banter show. This is part 2, the football section. My name is Tariq.
I'm Liam.
And I'm Riz.
And before we carry on, please make sure you like, share and subscribe, and follow us on Twitter at fulltimebanter7, so you can get all the up-to-date information and news that's going on in the world of football and FPL. If you haven't, go back and watch part 1, FPL section, if you're into that. Hopefully you are. And but we had to do this special football section today in lieu of the news that came from Scotland. Yes,
Across the border.
there's actually something interesting going on in the Scottish Premier League.
No need, is
Apart
there?
from Brexit.
Yeah.
That's how you do Brexit. But yes, Liam, the news is Brendan Rodgers has left.
Yeah, Brendan Rodgers here for 7.5 in a row. Not, as the song says, 10. Yeah, fuck you, prick. Leicester. Fucking Leicester. Right, I wouldn't be at, right, he's always had his eye on getting back in the EPL, hasn't he?
Yeah.
Let's be honest.
Yeah.
And that's fine. I think the worst thing he did at Liverpool was get you within a ball hair of winning. Because then the next season, Gerrard's slipping. But then the next season, it raised your expectations so high that you couldn't match that. And because you didn't get to that level that you were at the season before,
Yeah,
I think it did for him. So he's always wanted to get back in the EPL, and that is fine. I have no qualms, no problem with that. No problem at all. What I have a problem with is leaving halfway through the season when you're on the verge of a historic treble, which will probably never ever be done again. It is fucking rare that this ever happens. It's rare to win the domestic treble.
Explain for us, for any viewers who may not know this.
Sorry, so Scotland, the EPL, 3 domestic trophies, Scottish Premiership, which was formed in 1975, before the English Premiership, so fuck you England, Scottish League Cup and Scottish FA Cup. So they won those 3 trophies 2 seasons ago, did the same last season, and then this season we've already won the League Cup, 8 points ahead in the league, and you would imagine that we are favourites for the FA Cup as well. So to win the double treble was fantastic. To win the treble would be unheard of, and like I said, probably never happen again.
Fair dues.
To leave now, he's often referred to Celtic as his boyhood club.
Yes,
And
he's from Belfast, isn't he?
He is. And you often get this with footballers that, I remember Van Persie was an Arsenal fan, and then they suddenly found pictures of him with a United shirt on from when he was 8 and came to United. And everybody always says they're a Celtic fan. But Rodgers, it was fucking genuine. And you knew that because he kept saying, no, it's my dream job. I'm here. I want to be here for a long time.
Well, that's an outstanding club.
Yeah. And Celtic used to have a 1-year rolling contract with their managers. And then we finally, after Brendan's first season, went, actually, we're going to keep him here. So we gave him a 5-year deal, or whatever it was, rolled him out, said, come in, hang around with us, mainly to protect us and give us compensation. As it turned out, we would have thought that's for the end of the season. As it turned out, no, fucking February, right at the end of fucking February, he decides to fuck off to fucking Leicester. Who the fuck are Leicester? They're not even a bigger club. They have a bigger exposure through the EPL, but they are by no means worldwide do not have as big a fan base as Celtic.
Fair enough, I'd agree with you. Are you ready to draw a breath?
If you want to
Carry on.
carry on.
Let's go.
Let's go, bro.
One table treat.
Well, they obviously better than me a 1-pump chump. This is right. The other reason he's going to go is for money. Two reasons on the money front. One is for himself to get new dentures, the Orinoco Womble-looking motherfucker, and the other one is for money from the board, because Celtic do have a bit of recent history. I think because with Hibs, Hearts and Rangers all being relegated or fucking collapsed, as happened to Rangers, or this new team they are now, Steven Gerrard's Rangers, that seems to be the new title of the club. Probably should change the badge as well. Yeah, so we didn't really... I know, yeah. So we didn't... lost my bloody train of thought, then fucking getting asked about that. Money. So the board have held the purse strings for quite a while because there was no massive competition. This has kind of been reflected a bit with not getting squad players in, and there's only so many times you can sell to Southampton before you're finding diamond bars in Norway or Finland or
Ostergaard and stuff like
that.
that.
Outer Hebrides.
Yeah, I don't think we'd go for that. But it bleeds down eventually. You just can't find these nuggets anymore. So I can understand if he's done that, he wants to get better players in. But he's gone after the January transfer window. I know that Leicester didn't sack him until now, so he couldn't have gone anyway. But what's he going to do? And another thing he can do is fuck off on transfers, because he's already said in his opening statements, I've got a lot of friends at Celtic that'll be my friends for life. No, fuck you, you prick. Keep your hands off our fucking players.
Beautiful people.
Brilliant.
Beautiful people. He can fuck off Tierney and fuck off McGregor because they are boyhood Celtic fans. Tierney used to be a ball boy. And if they are the two where I'm fucking shitting it that he's going to take.
Tierney's quality though.
Tierney is fucking quality.
He is quality.
I put him ahead of Robertson personally.
People's been sniffing around.
Right, listen, he's taken his backroom staff, which happens. He's taken the fucking sports science department. He's taken the fucking. He also had the fucking X-ray machine as well. The cunt and put the back of his fucking wagon. What else have we got? Yeah.
Oh, he's stripped him clean.
He has. He's done us a right fucking shaft in here. The prick.
He's made sure he's got his wages.
He's done a better shafting than when he fucking shafted behind his wife's back. The fucking hooer.
Harsh. Let's and breathe.
Fair point.
Wow.
I've had enough change in my life recently without this fucking thing happening. You prick.
Right. Let's.
So, T, let's bring some normality back to this.
Let's try
Let's fix the pieces up, right? So I'll ask you a question. Obviously,
go ahead.
You know,
So what to take it?
you know Brendan Rodgers as well as anyone else.
Yeah.
Considering obviously ex-Liverpool manager, etc. And like Liam said, rightly or wrongly, took you to the brink of winning the Premier League title, but didn't quite make it. Right move, wrong move.
For Brendan.
Yeah, just for Brendan.
Right move in the wrong manner. That's what I say. So I partially agree with Liam. It does seem, it's not, there's no style about it. There's no, it's...
No, I mean, there wasn't even, sorry, T, there wasn't even a fucking, normally when the manager leaves, you get like a bloody list, don't you, in the paper, and it's the odds and all it's shots, and Brendan was always, Brendan's...
To be fair, the only other target was David Moyes, so...
Yeah,
it was...
That wasn't happening. Oh, Big Sam, Big
Some
Sam's
other guys
come
even
back
took this...
Big Sam's packed outside like bloody hell. What's his name? That Nigerian striker.
What's it called? Pt2 Wingy.
Yes.
You could drive it down to the wrong club.
Oh no, Minky. Yeah, I'm available. But yeah, sorry, I was saying, I think, with Leicester, I actually think that's a good fit. I think him and Leicester are a good fit, yeah? And to answer a couple of your points, yes, historically, as you say, the size of the club, you can't match Celtic in that, but a lot of people, without argue, I'm playing devil's advocate here, so don't punch me.
I was going to say, I think the hackles, I was
you know what's coming?
A lot of people would say that Celtic and Rangers would struggle in the Championship. Yeah. So
with the money, the fucking Scotland gets fuck all money. We play in the fucking Europa League, and teams from the arse in the fucking nowhere are bringing on players that are worth more than ours.
Exactly.
And it's absolute
So
bollocks.
in that respect, do you blame him then?
No. But if we came into the EPL and had the money that these clubs get with our fan base and our size stadium and our fucking following, we would. Yeah, it might take
Which is a fair point, because you brought this up last night about Swansea and Cardiff being in the Premier League, English Premier League. I mean, what the hell is that all about?
That's only because they're big teams. Whereas the new Saints, get the fucking new Saints in.
So
Connor's Key, get them in.
So yeah, fair points. I mean, we're getting sidetracked there, but I think for Brendan, yes, it's a good move. For Leicester, I think it's a good move. In terms of player signings, aside from defence, I think he doesn't need any.
No.
Yeah.
Not a minute.
And if anything, we were talking a little bit diverging into FPL, but I think their attacking assets are going to be better off than their defences.
Yeah.
Especially with the way he likes to playing out from the back, so they're going to concede a few. But yeah, the bad taste left in the mouth is the way he's done. It's literally, it's like they've literally, waved it under his nose and he's gone. He's gone.
The carrot's been dangled. I personally think, being a cynic, I think that deal was in the making 2-3 weeks ago.
Well, they started.
It was just formalities, because there was rumours about 2 or 3 weeks ago that Rodgers was on the verge of potentially quitting Celtic. A lot of people thought it'd be at the end of the summer, but he's done it in a way that it's not befitting to any football fan of any team. Like you said, he's got 3 months left of this season. No transfer window to go for, so you're not really going to buy players. Yeah, fair enough. Maybe you could argue the fact that he's going to prep them ready for pre-season, this and the other. But even then, you've got the whole summer to do that. Because there's no international tournaments, you've got a full pre-season to go with them. You know the English Premier League, you know the market.
True, but the more time you get with them...
Yeah, but no, I think personally he's put himself in a position where he's going to be a target. So
he's not made it simple on himself, has he?
He hasn't. Yeah. But what I mean in the sense of, if he doesn't start getting the results, he'll be given this season, but start of next season, if he gets a couple of dodgy results, I think the fans will turn. Because now I think personally the Leicester City fan base is going a bit too high.
They've got big ambitions, haven't they?
They've got big ambitions, and you don't blame them after winning the league title. But I think that was a one-off, and they're not the same. When I was saying the other day, at best they're a top 10 team.
They are, and they're not where they should be.
And if everyone, like you're talking about, Liam, is investing money this, that, the other, it's going to be a problem. But if it does end up taking place from Celtic and Celtic kind of losing their way a bit, it's not going to help out, especially given what's happened now with Rangers creeping up behind them. And I personally think Leicester should have gone for interim. Brendan should have said, right, I'll come over, but I'll come over in the summer.
That would have been the nice way to
I think every Celtic fan would have been happy with that. I think we would have gone, fair enough, you've done a treble, you want to go in summer, fine. You're doing it in a classy way.
There must have been something behind it, because it is...
Well, I don't know whether there's arguments with the board again about money, I don't know.
It is money, because at the end of September, October, I think, it was talk about him taking a big money job in China. And that was a case of like, well, yeah, I think I'm going to go. And then he stopped a couple of players from leaving, like Scott Brown. He had a difficult moment with Dembele. Well, don't go, look, just stay, try and hold players back. And then he goes and jumps ship himself. So it's like...
This is it though, but there's no loyalty in football, is there?
There isn't.
No, but there's not as fickle as football fans either, so...
No.
It can be facetious.
So it's ultimately he's gone about it the wrong way. There's no two ways. I mean, it was funny and it was sad listening to Rod Stewart on the radio this morning.
I missed it.
On the verge of tears. Honestly.
That's Rod though, isn't he?
Poor fella.
He's a fucking lad.
he's a bit like you, he's an emotional fella.
Oh yeah, I fucking definitely. I think a couple of points about not doing it the right way. Press conferences. A couple of week ago or so, I think it was, he got asked about the Leicester job. Even recently, it's probably fucking yesterday afternoon, it was that fucking quick he went. But he said, what do you think about Leicester? And he threw a big hissy fit and stormed out the press conference. And I think that in a lot of Celtic fans' minds went, alright, he's like, fuck off, I'm not asked about this. But there's a thing in wrestling called the swerve turn, which means like, yeah, we're friends, I'm not going to hit you. Then as soon as the back's turned, we go, fucking have that. And Rodgers has swerve turned on us all, you prick. And the other thing is, when he took his first one at Leicester, he's gone, I'll give my life to Leicester. My life, Leicester is my life now. Fuck you, you prick.
But everyone does that. I think that's known in the game now as doing, what's his name? Oh, how bad am I with names? Irish striker, Liverpool.
Robbie Keane?
That's doing a Robbie Keane, isn't it? Yes. It's my boyhood club. It's my dream to play for this club, right? Yeah. So off he goes again.
But I just think I hope he fails, Liam.
Really?
I really do.
I wish him well. Over time, the anger will fucking... I love this, really pissed off at me. The anger will subside in time. At the minute, I hope fucking Leicester have a shitter. But, fair enough, he's done good for us. But now we've got Lenny back in for the interim.
Ginger boy.
Right, okay.
Neil Lennon.
Lennon. You can't get rid of it.
I know, he's back. Lenny's back. Bit of blood and thunder, it's never fucking left.
Thought you were AC/DC, Rod Stewart's bringing his musical mates in.
I think we should leave it there before Liam starts destructing the whole place and we get fined for the...
We've got a couple of minutes more, because what I was going to say was, realistically then, looking at the Leicester side of it then, I personally think, given a little bit of money, shouldn't Leicester be pushing for Europe for 6th?
Well, they should,
Yeah, they should.
I mean,
technically, there's a group of teams there. So you got your Evertons, you got your Watfords, you got your West Ham.
Yes.
Who're spending big, and you got Leicester in the mix. You can even now say Wolves. Yeah, fair enough. It's their first season. Big spenders. Got a great agent. Got a great manager. Great infrastructure.
True. And of those 4 clubs you mentioned, Wolves, Everton, Watford, West Ham. Realistically, at this point in time, he wasn't ever going to get those jobs. They're just not up. Everton, you could argue.
Silva, I think Silva's going to be given time considering
because they've given him a lot of money.
And plus Morrissey's looking at building a new stadium and everything like that, so they're looking long term.
So in that respect, Leicester is the best possible club he could have got
at present. As to what was available, definitely.
Yeah. So, all in that regard, I can understand it. From his point of view and from Leicester's, it makes perfect sense. And like I say, the only thing wrong is possibly the timing. But then again, from a footballing regard, and especially with the system he plays, I don't know, you probably watch more Celtic than me. I'm guessing the same thing will happen that happened at Swansea and that happened at Liverpool, is that you're quite fragile at the back because you insist on playing out from the back, and so that always, same as what's happening at Arsenal, same as what happened at Liverpool, you're prone and you know, you're always going to concede, but if he's going to stick to that philosophy, he needs that time. So I think it's good that he's got these extra couple of months to instill that to the majority of the players who are going to be there. And so we can go into pre-season with the ball rolling.
It gives him time to work out who's going to adapt to that style as well, because I don't think Leicester are that kind of team. But anyway, stop making fucking positive things for him to go now, you prick.
I'm just saying.
You're not a prick, I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
I know.
No, but
I know you don't mean it.
I think, to be honest with you, I think, yeah, like you're saying, looking at it from that point of view, then yeah, because he knows the league inside out anyway. He knows what it's like. But I think at the moment, Leicester have to sort two things out, in my opinion, for them to be successful. One is get a replacement for Vardy. Iheanacho just doesn't cut it for me. Damari Gray doesn't do it. Tielemans more your winger stroke midfielder. He's highly rated.
Just behind us.
That
pass yesterday was.
The
defence made it easy, but that pass.
But Yuri Tillman has been touted and talked about in Europe for the last 2-3 years. He's been a real hot prospect, and I think they need to sort that out. They need to sort their defence out. Other than Maguire and Ben Chilwell at the back, who else have they really got? Keeper, if they can keep hold of Schmeichel, then great. If not, they need to find a decent understudy, or at least. I mean,
on that point, just with Schmeichel coming out recently via his dad, saying, no, you know, he's not the right manager for, you know, and he's not happy. How the hell does that affect a goalkeeper? Apart from either wanting to roll it or boot it long. That's the only difference a system can make to a goalkeeper.
Yeah, and I think that's wrong as well for Peter Schmeichel to come out and say that, because it's got nothing to do with him. Yeah, fair enough, he's a son keeper, it's got nothing to do with the manager. Yeah. But I think it's what you talk about, team morale.
Yeah.
No, if it affects one person on the team, it's going to affect another. If it affects another, it's going to affect the performance.
It's contagious, isn't
and you're going to be like, you know what, I'm in there. What the hell am I doing here? You know,
especially with young players, because he's got a lot of young players as well in the squad, haven't they? So.
Well, you see now, like we said, modern football, player power. A lot of it is shifting. We've seen that with Chelsea already.
We're going to talk about that.
So a lot of that is, I think players have more power than managers these days, and if that power is there to be used, then they will use it.
We'll give you the final word, Liam, on that. If you've got any words left. No words.
Enjoy your teeth.
Kiss the bag.
Yeah, fucking Orinoco.
We wish all the best to Celtic. We do, as you know, as English Premier League fans.
I love Celtic.
We do like Celtic. We're big fans of Celtic. So hope all the best for Celtic, and for me, you know, not all the best, but some of the best for Brendan and Leicester as well.
I'll give some of the best. I'll give him fucking some of the best.
Listen, you're glad he's not said all the best to Steven Gerrard Rangers.
No, sure he could.
That's where the rest of my best is reserved for.
It could be worse.
Right, thank you for watching that. Hopefully you enjoyed it. Let us know if you agree or disagree. How do you feel about it? If you've got any stake in this, do you agree? Do you sympathise with Liam, or are you seeing the balanced, rational side and seeing it from Leicester's point of view? Because Leicester is a lot of people's second club these days, because of what they've achieved. But anyway, enjoy your week, your weekend. We shall see you next week with the FPL section. Like I said before, if you haven't, go back, watch part 1 of the FPL section. Otherwise,
good night.
Goodbye.